Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your glutton Matt, celebrating 4,000 subscribers. Can you believe it? It's really crazy how fast the channel's grown in such a short period of time, but here we are. I want to thank everyone who stuck around with me all this time, and all the new people who have joined. Your guys' support is really what keeps me making videos. Because there's actually been quite a few times where I've gotten discouraged, but then I read your guys' comments, and it really keeps me going. But I took a poll on what to eat today, and the winner was bakery desserts. So I went to 3 different bakeries and got an assortment of different desserts that I'll be eating today while answering your guys' questions. But before I start eating or answering any questions, I'm going to pour myself a cup of tea. This is actually the last of my creamy vanilla Earl Grey, so I'm kind of sad. Ever since I bought like the 2 packs from the store, I never saw it on the shelves again, so it was definitely just a limited time thing. Hopefully it's back again some other time and I'll definitely have to stock up on like 10 packs of it or something. It's definitely become one of my favorite teas. I'm not sure what I'm going to start with. So everything here is from one bakery, and then everything here and on top is from another one, and all these scones on the bottom are from another one. I think I'm going to start with my favorite, the peanut butter patty. This is like my go-to to one of my favorite bakeries. Mm. I always say it tastes just like a Reese, but except like a Reese, it has like a hard chocolate outer shell. Which I actually think I like this more than Reese's Cups. Mm. That's so good. Okay, on to the questions. I have all my questions written down here. So it's all gonna be off the top of my head from the heart, I guess, if that makes sense. I just gotta figure out which ones I wanna start with. So, I think I'm gonna get the first one off. A lot of people keep asking me if I'm single or not. That's a popular question. And I actually answered this in my first Q&A, but I guess people didn't want to go back and watch that. But I'm decided to answer it again because obviously people's relations change over time, but I'm still single and I can't see that changing anytime soon, really. So there you go. So unless I say something or I feature a girlfriend in a video one day, it's probably best to just assume I'm still single. So, what else do I want to go on to now? Let's have some of these macarons. I really like these from my bakery the one time. Mm. So that one's obviously like orange. Yeah, I keep getting asked if I'm single or not. Like, I think I'm more popular with the ladies now that I've been making YouTube videos than my entire life. It would be kind of nice if I was that popular in real life, but it's not. So here, let's have another one of these macarons. Hmm. I don't know what I was expecting it to taste like being green. What is that? It's almost like a mocha, like a cappuccino. Weird, but still good. Okay, let's. Where is that question? You know what? I didn't even write that one down. Okay. Oops. So I guess answered a question that's not on here. But that is gonna move on to my next question. Would I ever date a subscriber? And I'd probably have to say no. I feel like dating a subscriber would be almost like dating someone from work that like if you broke up with them and had a bad breakup, like things would just be kind of awkward. Like I don't know if they'd start writing all kinds of things in my comments on my videos, bad things about me or something. But it's just something I just, when I think about it, I just would not want to deal with it. Like if you dated someone at work and then you broke up with them and you'd have to like see them every day and like just deal with that situation. It's just like something I would not want to have to deal with. Not that I don't think any of my subscribers are nice people, but just because of that. So that is my second question. Now, what do I want to go on to next? Let's have this guy. So this is a nanaimo bar, which is a classic Canadian dessert. But this one's actually like a bit different. It's a Kahlua Nanaimo bar. So it's got like Kahlua inside of it too. So usually it's made with like chocolate and then custard. And then I forget again what the bottom was. I know some of my subscribers have commented and corrected me, but I forget again. So someone will have to say in the comments sorry guys. Say in the comments again what it is. But yeah, there's Kahlua mixed in there too, I guess. Hmm. I can definitely taste it, and that's really good. So I like Kahlua a lot too. I love alcohol and I love coffee, and when you put them together, that's just a match made in heaven. Mm, that was good. I think I have to eat more than one thing at a time, or I'm going to run out of food before I answer all my questions. Or I'm going to run out of questions before I finish all my food. So let's have some of these scones. I'm going to break one in half to put some cream and jam on there. What do I do with my spoon? There we go. In one of my last videos, I put the cream before the jam, and someone commented that I ruined their day by doing that. I was like, I had no idea that there was like an actual, like one goes before the other. So this time I'm making sure to put the jam and then the cream. Oh, I don't want to put too much jam. There we go. Oh, oh, that's thick. It's been in the fridge for a while. I should have taken it out to let it like soften up. There we go. Big hunk of cream on top of that jam. Mm. It's actually not real clotted cream because you can't actually buy clotted cream here in Canada due to like health regulations or something or food and safety. So I had to make up like a mock kind of clotted cream. So it's not real clotted cream. It's just the closest thing I could get. I know making actual clotted cream is not that hard, but it's kind of time consuming and I didn't think I had to actually like make it. It would have taken like I don't know how long, like a whole night or something. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah, and that was a raspberry scone. I forgot to let you guys know. Okay, so let me figure out what other question. I'm going to say, how many siblings do I have? So I have two siblings. So I have both a brother and a sister, and they're both younger than me. So I'm the oldest in the family. My brother's 4 years younger than me, and my sister's a year and a half. So there you go. I mean, there's not much more to say about that one. But this goes on to my next question. So maybe I'll answer that right away. But have I ever been arrested? And I'll have to say no, I've never been arrested. I'm actually like the goody two shoes of the family. I'm not sure if my brother or my sister like me talking about them on YouTube, but they're the only ones who have had to run in with the law in the family. I know my brother's been arrested, and I don't know if my sister's actually been arrested, but she's definitely been brought home by the cops. Not by anything real serious, just like teenage mischief kind of stuff. But it's not like my family's full of juvenile delinquents or criminals or anything. But yeah, I've never gotten in any trouble with the cops except for like being pulled over while driving or something. That's about as far as I've gone. But the I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. They're more successful than I am in life, so don't let that be a judge of what you're going to turn out with later on. They're doing a lot better than I am, even though I've been a whole goody two shoes my whole life. So let's have this macaron next from my other bakery. So this is like a chocolate one. Mm, that's good. It's a lot more squishy than these ones. I'm not sure how to describe it. And it's not like these ones are stale. They're more like crisp. I'm not sure. Like I'm gonna have one of these. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. These ones are soft, but they're a lot easier to bite through. That one was kind of like sticky or gummy. I don't know how. I'm not sure how to describe it. Let's have another scone. So this looks like it was the lemon and blueberry one. I'm gonna split that guy in half too. If you do have scones and cream and jam, which way do you prefer, the jam or the cream first? Because I guess it's actually not like a right or wrong way. It's like there's a Devon way and a Cornish way. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I guess the queen settled the debate, and she said she put her jam first before cream, and that was sort of like, oh well, that's what the queen says, so that's the way it's supposed to be. Mm, that's so good. It's gonna be so bad for you, but I'm not even thinking about it. I don't think I'm gonna use all this cream up today. I'm definitely gonna have to like do something with it, cause like yeah. Mm, mm. There we go. So I'm gonna go on to my third question, and this is related to my siblings again, or I guess my family in general. Will I ever feature my mom or my siblings in my videos? And I should say family too, because I have a dad, obviously. My siblings and my dad have always shown interest in being in my videos, but I'm not sure if that's just them wanting to appear on YouTube, like people trying to get on TV or something. So I try to tell them like maybe you should start your own YouTube channel or something if you want to be on YouTube. My mom, I'm not sure. She seems like the kind of person who wouldn't want to be on YouTube. Like, oh, she would just like, I don't want to be all in front of a bunch of people on the internet. But I've never actually asked her. Maybe if I asked her, maybe she would want to. I don't know. But yeah. So my dad and my siblings definitely sort of, I guess, want to come on in videos, but I'm a little selfish, so I want to keep like the spotlight all to myself. Well, not, but I don't know. Maybe one day I'll let them come in. I'm not sure. But that's that question. I'm not. Ugh. Okay, I already knocked it off. Now this scone does not want to come apart. Yeah, this guy's just gonna like. So I think this is the strawberry and passion fruit, they said. Mm. That one didn't break apart very well. Okay. I should have like thought ahead and got more utensils or something. Like a knife, because I'm just making a big mess of myself. Mm. There we go. I just finished my first cup of tea too. Let's pour another. Unfortunately, there's not enough room on the table for the teacup or tea kettle, teapot, whatever you want to call it. Let's put some more sweetener in there though. Okay. Now what do I want to have next? Let's see how many questions I have left. I don't know how many. Oh, excuse me. How many have I answered so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I better eat some more food before I answer some more questions because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of food left. Let's go with this fruit tart. I think it was either blueberry or blackberry. It looks like it has to be blueberry to me. Fruit tart. Mm. Mm. That's good. It doesn't feel as sugary as the other desserts. Mm. Okay, maybe I should have one more thing. One more thing, then I answer another question. So another one of these guys. So I wonder what this teal guy is going to taste like. It tastes like teal. Honestly, I can't describe that. I feel like I know what the flavor is, but I just can't figure like bring it to words or like figure out what it is. All I know is it's good. I feel like I'm sort of reminded of like I don't know if you guys know those shark gummy candies, like the teal sharks that you can get like at a corner store or something. For some reason, I feel like that, but I don't know. It's just like I just cannot figure it out. Okay, so I'm gonna go on to my next question. If I can find my pencil. Okay, here we go. So my next question I'm going to answer is, what is my favorite movie? And this is connected to what my favorite book is, even though that's not one of my questions. But my favorite movie is The Lord of the Rings because The Lord of the Rings is also my favorite book of all time. And I know the like the Lord of the Rings, they made changes in the movie and stuff, but I think it was like I definitely think that they did what they had to do, so it was still like a really good adaptation. Like it was probably the best adaptation you could probably do. Like the changes they made were definitely necessary. So even from someone's a standpoint of someone who really loves the books, I still accepted all the changes with the movies and still really love the movies too. So that ended up being one of my favorite movies of all time. And then this will go on to my next question, sort of. But what are my rings? So I actually have a ring I don't wear. I'm gonna feature it now in the video. So two of these rings are Lord of the Rings rings. So the one I always wear here, I don't know if this is gonna show up on camera well, but this guy here is the Witch King of Angmar's ring. And then this one here is one of the Dwarven Rings of Power that Sauron gave to the dwarves. Now I say I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, but I don't own any Lord of the Rings illustration books, so I don't know how accurate they actually are. But that's what they are. These two here are both Lord of the Rings rings. I think if I ever got married, I'd probably get the One Ring of Power as my wedding band. But so, and then this one in the middle is supposed to be like a Celtic stag, and then the stone is my birthstone, a blue zircon. So I don't know, and then this one here is a Celtic knot. So I'm not sure what like a Celtic stag or Celtic knots are supposed to symbolize. I just thought they looked really cool. And then, sorry, I'm gonna give you guys the middle finger. But this ring here is from an anime called Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica, or Madoka Magica for short. And it's kind of like a what am I trying to say? A magical girl anime, but kind of like darker with more serious tones and like suffering and stuff. And that's kind of one of my favorite animes of all time. So I've had this ring for a long, long time, and it's actually supposed to have a stone right there that actually fell out a long time ago, which was too bad. But yeah, I don't wear this guy very often because it's big and it doesn't really fit my fingers very well. So it's actually like slides off quite a bit. That and I nowadays I feel like wearing that many rings is kind of like overkill. So I don't tend to like to wear that many rings at a time. It just feels too flashy for me. Sometimes I will like switch out rings, so I'll like take one of these off and then put that one on or something so I don't have as many rings on. But yeah, I don't wear that guy too much. It's also really heavy too. It's like you're wearing it and it almost like weighs your hand down. But there you go. That's all my rings. So I'll give you guys one more shot if to see them. There you go. So from the top, that was the Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica ring, and then the pinky is the Celtic knot, and then a Dwarven ring of power, the Celtic stag with my blue zircon birthstone, and then the Witch King's ring. That's all of them. There you go. So you can probably tell I'm a pretty big Lord of the Rings fan too. That's actually like what got me into having my hair really long back in the day when I used to keep it like really, really long. I sort of like the medieval fantasy kind of look. But let's go on to another piece of food. I think I have this. I think this was the double chocolate scone. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull this guy apart either. I don't think so. I want. Maybe I can get it just about. Oh, there we go. I don't think I'm gonna put any jam on here. I think I'm just gonna use the cream because I'm not sure how raspberry jam would go with chocolate. There we go. Mm. Mm. I actually think I like the the fruit scones a lot more than that chocolate one. I think the chocolate one would have been better for like dipping in the tea or something. Okay, so I lost my pencil again. I want to make sure I don't like lose where I am. So let's go on to what is my zodiac sign. So I wasn't sure if people meant like Western zodiac or the Chinese zodiac, but I'll tell you both. So my Western one is Sagittarius because I'm born in December, and then my Chinese zodiac is the rabbit. I don't actually pay attention to my Western one very often. Like I don't look at like my horoscope in the newspaper and see how lucky are gonna be or anything. But I'm usually pretty interested in my Chinese horoscope. So whenever I like see what year it is and stuff, I'm always like hoping it's gonna be my year. Like I know when my year is because it's every 12 years, right? But I'm always looking forward to my year. But I think they actually say that your year is supposed to be like bad luck for you. I'm not sure. Maybe someone can correct me on that if they know. That's what I always assumed. So you're not. So you're like when it's your year, you're actually supposed to be careful. But I've always been interested in my Chinese zodiac, and it's funny too because like as a teenager kind of thing, when I had like a crush on a girl or something, I'd look at my Chinese zodiac to see like what other animal I'd be really compatible with, and then and then I'd try to like figure out what my crush's birthday was, and then see if her animal was compatible with me. And I think that was kind of cringy, but that's something I actually did when I was younger. But yeah, so those are my zodiacs: the Sagittarius and the Rabbit. Now, what else am I going to eat here? I think I'm going to finish off these macarons. So I'm assuming this one's going to be like lemon. Mm. It's a very intense lemon flavor. Mm. How many questions do I have left? I think I've answered one, two. I must have answered 8 so far. I'm not sure. I might answer a bonus question just in case because I'm not. I have more than 10 questions on here, but now I think I've gotten kind of lost. I just put like a bunch and then thought I'd decide which ones I wanted to answer. Let's go. Well, actually, like I said, let's finish these guys off. So I don't know what maybe this is gonna taste like grape. That's what I assume. Hmm. I don't know. It tastes more like just like chocolate than anything. Mm. Okay, let's answer a question then. What is my happiest memory from my childhood slash past? I thought I would like cut this one in half and do like my childhood and then like sort of like my adulthood. My happiest memory from my childhood would be when I lived in Edmonton for about 5 years. I think it was from when I was about 9 to 14 years old. And I sort of had a gang of friends there that we all hung out with each other all the time. And then just like that 5 years of hanging out with them was just probably the best time of my life. And we actually called ourselves the gang. I mean, not that we were like an actual gang or anything. We didn't get into any mischief except the usual youthful mischief. Not anything too bad. But yeah, we were the gang and we were always together. And like that, I had a lot of memories from that time. And then if to my adulthood, I think all my happiest memories probably be like whenever I go to Japan. So I've been to Japan about 3 times. And I think those have always been like the best times of my life, really. Whenever I'm there in Japan and on a trip, I just like totally forget about everything going on in the world. I think I think one time I was in Japan, there was actually like a missile like warning or something from North Korea, like something happened. And I didn't even know, like I wasn't even paying attention to the news or anything. I was just like in Japan, like having a good time. And I think when I was like messaging my mom or something, someone told me about it. I'm like, ah, I didn't even know that happened. And then even one of my trips I came home from, I was letting my brother borrow my car while I was in Japan. and I came back, and it always had transmission problems, so I knew it was gonna go eventually at some point. But sometime during when I was gone on my trip, the car basically blew up on my brother while he was driving it, and I came back from the trip, and I didn't even care. I was like, I just came back from a great trip to Japan, and I was like, nah, whatever. I don't even care. It just did not even bother me. So yeah, when I'm there on my trips, I have like the most fun I have in my entire life for sure. That's why I mean to keep going back probably a lot during my lifetime. I think it's my goal to like go about every 2 years is what I kind of hope. That's if I could never live there. So if I can never live in Japan, I'm gonna try and go there every 2 years. So that's that question gone. So I think I only have two questions left. Well, one, but I'm gonna answer two just to be safe. But I'm gonna finish off this scone. So this is a cinnamon scone. I don't think I'm gonna put anything on it. I think I'm just gonna like eat it as it is. Mm. Yeah, it just seems really crumbly. Like if I tried to pull it apart, it would just fall apart. Pour myself a bit of tea. I think I'm almost out. That's the last on my creamy vanilla Earl Grey. I'm actually gonna dip this guy. I'm not sure if that's proper or not, but it actually tastes really good. Mm. The only thing I don't like is when you get like bits and parts in your tea or coffee, and you have like those mushy floaty bits in there. Mm. Okay, what did I do with my pencil? Again, there we go. So my next question is going to tie in with the previous one. What would my dream house be look like, and where would it be? That should be pretty obvious. It would be in Japan. And so there's a place called the Shimanami Kaido that connects the mainland of Japan to the Shikoku Island through like a series of islands and like a road with like suspension bridges connecting all the little islands to the big Shikoku Island. And actually, there's a bike course that goes across all of them. So you bike, there's like a series of like four or five little islands, all connected by these big suspension bridges. And like you bike from the mainland all the way to like when you get to the Shikoku Island, all the way at the very end. And I just fell in love with that area of Japan because it's just like you got nice white beaches, and there's like roads lined with palm trees, and then you got like the fishing boats out like moored out in the water, and they'll like the tide will go out and the boats will like go down onto the sand, and then you can like walk out onto the sand, and like you can see, and like it's not that far apart from the little islands to the mainland. So like when you're on the islands, it's like you can look across the water and then see the mountains on the other side and stuff, and oh man, it's just like so beautiful. And like when you're biking, you go past like Mekon farms and stuff. And it's just, oh man, I just love it. I actually like, I'm probably gonna go and do that cycling route a bunch of times again whenever I go back to Japan for sure. So if I had a house, I'd definitely want to be around there, like the Shimanami Kaido area. And the kind of house I love, like one of those like traditional old Japanese houses with like this wooden sliding doors and stuff like that. That's my dream house, and that's where it would be for sure. So let's actually eat two of these guys before I answer the last question. Well, I'll eat one, answer the last question, and then eat another. So this guy is like what do they call it? An Earl Grey and cream cheese cake. So it's like a mini little cake. And they must have made it somehow with Earl Grey. And I love me some Earl Grey tea, so I'm sure I'm gonna like this. I'm just gonna go well with my tea too. Mm. Oh yeah. That's very good. I mean, I actually don't taste much Earl Grey in there. I taste more of the cream cheese, which is not a bad thing, but it's still very good. There we go. So I'm pretty sure this last question is just a bonus question. I think I've answered 10 already. So this one's just a short, little, easy one, kind of fun one. But if I could eat one food for the rest of my life, burger, they gave me two choices. I mean, I didn't, so I can't just choose whatever I want. It's between, if I could eat for the rest of my life, a burger or pizza. And this is kind of a hard question because burgers and pizzas, it seems like there's something you can kind of like, you can put a lot of different toppings on both of them and sort of make them different. But I think a pizza probably wins out over the burger. I think there's probably a lot more combinations with pizza you can do than a burger. Like pizza just seems like you can put so many toppings on it and just make different kind of flavors. So I think if I had to eat something for the rest of my life, pizza would be what I'd get less bored with, I'm sure, than a burger. I might get a little bit bored with a burger after some time. So definitely pizza if I could eat one thing for the rest of my life. And I think that's all the questions. So let's finish this last guy off. So this was a Napoleon slice. I saved this guy for last because he's definitely going to be the messiest for sure. It's very flaky and very like, there's like custard in the middle or something. I've had this guy before and I know he's just a mess. It's just going to flake and break apart everywhere. Let's give a close up before I eat it. And the top part's like sort of melting too. It's just sticking right to my fingers too. It was really good. It's really light and flaky. I like this thing a lot. It's just really messy. It's like totally, oh my god. Mm. Mm. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of sugar. I think I'm starting to feel a sugar rush. But there you go. That was 10 or 11 questions that I answered, asked by you guys. Now, if your questions didn't get answered, I'm definitely going to do another Q&A sometime in the future. I don't know when again. I'm thinking I'm going to wait a little bit longer next time. Maybe like 10,000 subs or something. But then again, I think I was going to do a 10,000 calorie challenge at 10,000 subs. So I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be sooner than that. Maybe like 8 or 9,000 subs or something. Who knows? But yeah, like I said, I limited it to 10 questions just so the video wouldn't be too long. It wouldn't drag out too far. And so I just picked, like, there was a lot of questions. Well, yeah, there's a lot of questions. So I just picked 10 of them. So if your question didn't get answered, don't fret. I might answer it again in another video sometime in the future. Also, if you chose a different poll choice that didn't win today, I'm going to do a video for each choice that didn't win in order of the votes. Not like all like in a row, like, but I'll probably do like one each week kind of thing. Like 1 week I'll do ice cream, then another week I'll do a chocolate one, and then another week after that cake or something. So that too. Just because your poll choice didn't win doesn't mean I'm not going to do a video for it. I will do a video for it eventually because I actually wanted myself to do. I can't ever speak. Each of the choices in that poll is something I've actually wanted to do for a while too. So I just let you guys choose basically which one was going to come first with this video. But there we go. I hope I answered some of your guys' questions. And I hope you guys enjoyed that video. You know, give it a like if you did. And if you aren't subscribed and you just come across this video, think about subscribing if you did like the video too. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Until then, peace out.